Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We apologize. We had some technical issues. We needed to get that. We sorted them out. We hope with everything looks green across the board, we should be good to go. Thank you for your patience. Yeah. So, excuse me. Just a very brief recap of what happened last session, and then we're gonna take it from the top again. Downtime. Corvette talked to Bronislav. Galena talked to Alyosha, learned she's going to die at a younger age than she thought. Pyotr learned more about his duties as a member of the Order of the Broken Wing. They all got on the spore of the Seahawk, and they met a familiar face, who said, "Hail and well met." That familiar face is none other than the person that I'm going to reveal right now. Artyom. Some of you who've been watching the show for a while will remember Artyom, or Adam. Adam played Artyom near at the beginning of the show. He's had to leave for a while due to work. Things have changed, and he has agreed graciously to come back to the show to fill the absence that was left by Lydia. Again, if you were not here last time, Lydia had to leave due to just changes in her life, work schedule, things like that, and it just didn't work to be on the show and do that. So, that happens. We're not professional Critical Role level where I could pay you all to be here. You're all here because you like me, supposedly. Anyway, with that, we're gonna start. Artyom, you see your friends, Corvette, Pyotr, and you recognize Galena. You've heard of Galena, but you've never actually talked to her or anything, obviously, because but you have heard of her. Pyotr looks different. Basically, the only reason you recognize him is because of his face, even though he has kind of bags under his eyes. He looks a little stressed out, or maybe even though more stressed out, kind of more at peace than he has been since you met him.
A beleaguered piece.
Yeah.
Beleaguered piece.
Corvette
A beleaguered
looks...
piece of what?
A piece of duty. He said duty earlier, and I've been chuckling about it ever since.
Corvette looks pretty much the same. He, fancy, noble clothes. But there is his... he still has his golden glowing eyes from being dragon touched, which you knew was up in the air last time you had seen him. So I will let you greet your old friends.
Hail and well met.
Artyom, how'd you get on the boat?
Well, to be 100% honest with you, magic. Quite a interesting tale. I was one place, and then I was in a battle, and then I was another, and then I ran into people I never expected I would run into, and now I'm here on a boat.
Sounds like quite a story.
Yeah, it was.
You seem to be all right. I walk over to him and kind of walk around him, just poking him, making sure he's real. First of all,
He's not a
you're real,
hologram.
right? Not just a hallucination.
In another life, I had a much warmer welcome from you. Less poking.
In an alternate reality.
Well, I just...
Listen, a butterfly flapped its wings.
Butterflies. Yeah, there we go. Well, at least you're real, and it's good to see a friendly face. And then I give you a quick hug.
I have an important question for you, Corvette. Did you make amends with your saint?
Man, you just don't beat around the bush, do you?
It has been a long time. I know it's only been probably like a month and a half, but it feels like it's been almost a year.
Yeah, I mean, where were you at your brother's wedding? I didn't see you at all there.
I was engaged in a battle with some serious profane guardness.
All right. And to answer your question,
I can't talk about it.
Yeah, get out of here. Yeah, Bronislav and I were working on things, and we've been good. So
Pending relationship counseling.
yes, we go to therapy together.
Chatting with Violet.
Apparently, do you even know that I met with Violet?
He tells me some things. He's
How's-
terribly frustrating, but he does tell me some things.
He's not. I told him I'm not supposed to tell you anything, but that was just earlier today.
Well,
But
he's my patron,
I know you're.
my saint.
Yeah. All
And
right.
Pyotr, you look different.
Specifically, you're wearing armor.
Can you still sing
yeah.
me a song, Mr. Piano Man?
I could never sing you a song. So that hasn't changed. Yeah, I over the last we've established it's been like a month and a half, right?
Month and a half to 2-ish, yes. 2 months, yes.
Over the past year, feeling 2 months.
Uh, well, wait. Oh, wow, I'm having like tripping myself up. Artyom knew about the whole like balcony incident, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, we kind of
It
talked.
was like the first one you talked to about it.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Well,
I recommended you to like follow your heart and what you needed to do to make recompense.
Yep. Well, Artyom, I when we chatted, everything's blurring together in Ian's brain, so I don't know when the chronology of all this was. But when we chatted, roughly 3 months ago, I'm sure, even though it seems like longer. I've really been thinking about, what you said, and I'm taking steps to, as much as I can, make amends for what I've done. And so I've joined the Order of the Broken Wings. Hopefully that's part of the path.
What you've done, you've erased yourself and crossed out what you've become to become something else.
Is that a reference to something?
It's Linkin Park's What I've Done, but yes.
Oh, there we go. I was like, it's tickling my brain memories.
I'm glad that you've seeked absolution and atonement for the thing that you have done. However, those wings look clunky.
Oh, the whole thing's clunky. Yeah. By the way, this is Galena.
Hail and well met.
In an alternate
I
universe,
am
Corvin.
Artyom Sokolov.
Yeah.
What?
Said in an alternate universe, Corvin introduced her.
Nah.
Yeah.
This is just like 2 consecutive games of like bump, so everybody gets. It's just different orders now. Anyway.
Sorry.
I have heard of you. I have never met you. But now I have remedied that.
Heard of you too. I had a chance to talk to Violet.
So he told you all my little secrets?
Mostly he told me about celestial pocket dimensions.
I don't know what that means, but I will accept it. As long as he's not telling you my secrets.
Probably
Should I
would
ask
have.
about those next time?
Absolutely.
ask.
Please do.
More than likely, he'll probably tell you something embarrassing, seeing as how he's been this specter since my entire, my whole entire life. But I mean, I hope he doesn't tell you all of my embarrassing moments.
Given the chance, Violet would tell every embarrassing moment that's happened to you since childhood, including the time you tripped up the stairs.
Hey, that is not me. That is my older brother.
And when you, ouch, and when you rang the bell at the wrong hour, you rang it 4 times instead of 3 at 3 o'clock.
I feel like Violet is now just sitting here, like, talking in Galena's ear, be like, I'm gonna tell you some more things. But, well, I am honestly surprised that he brought you with him. and chatted with him. I don't know about you, Corvette, but I have a hard time getting hold of him most of the time, and I'm certain it's the same with you and Bronislav.
I mean, recently Bronislav and we just talk. And Violet actually told me earlier today that he's been having a hard time getting a hold of you.
Well, I
So,
wonder how much he's tried.
He's
no,
tried a
Also,
lot.
I've been in dark places filled with the
I've been on the island of the frickin' Dark Priestess, man.
yes, that's where I just came from.
Well,
But
that
yeah, I've been in very deep dark caverns filled with profane guard and impacted heavily by Morpheus, and so trying to get to me it's probably pretty difficult.
I see. Well, so wait, you just came from the Isle of
Yes.
Sun Hollow, I guess. Um, did you happen to meet the Dark Priestess?
Yes. She told me that we are all related to Morpheus.
Yeah.
Very, 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 very distantly, such that it, only slightly offends my sensibilities.
Not quite as distant for me.
Well,
No.
I'm not touching that one. But yeah, I was in Edelheim trying to stop the sacrifice of shadows, but I was captured by the Profane Guard, which it's no easy task for them to attempt to capture the Chosen of Silhana. But oddly enough, the Barak Priestess sent some undead forces to rescue us. I had used up much of my power, and so I did not nuke them to death with my turn undead. Fortunately,
What's a
because they
nuke?
say what?
What's a nuke?
It is an anachronism.
Oh dear.
Appreciate the
Sorry, I had-
anachronisms to the minimum.
Hey,
Was it
man,
like Fireball?
it's like Fireball.
a lot of fire.
It's a slang term for Fireball that I learned. Wait, I need the map, Patrick. I need to just pick some. What is the place that's like the Vegas of your?
Edelheim would be the Vegas of Inara. Or,
No, I picked it up when I was in Edelheim. It's a new word all the cool kids are saying. It's like yeet.
Oh, man. All right, so wait, you were stopped. Did you guys successfully stop that sacrifice?
I don't know.
You don't know. Is Drit dead?
Drit- I don't think so.
You
He went to the other continent.
Oh. Okay.
He
didn't say
gained a
what-
lot of maturity and wisdom and said that he was going to go back and he was going to show them the man that he had become. Which is a fine young man indeed.
Yes, and he's older than both of us.
I think he was fairly young for an elf, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, fairly young for an elf, is still older than
he was a
than
half
us,
elf.
probably.
A half
Yeah.
elf, yeah.
He was a
Little
half elf,
younger
so he was
than
about the same age as the rest of you. A little bit younger.
Okay. Well, we'll have plenty of time to catch up on our journey, our team. We should probably figure out where we're headed to.
Yes.
I look around real quick. Do I see Tian on here at all? Did Tian accompany us to the boat, to the ship?
Tian did, but he kind of went up, and then he went down to a cabin because he knew about Artyom already. So he has left. So he's at a cabin. You do see Red Scale, the first mate of the ship. You assume that Captain Leodov is in his quarters.
Never trust a man named Leo.
Well, we know what he is now, so time to figure out where we're headed to next. And I just kind of go up to Artyom, clap him on the shoulder. It's good to see you. You're gonna be sticking around for a while?
Unless we die.
Unless we die. Alright. Sounds good to me. It's all I can ask for.
We have a spell for that now.
We
do too.
do. We have a diamond for that now.
I need me some of those.
Hey, it's my diamond.
You actually, RTM, were gifted a few diamonds equipable when by the Dark Priestess when you left.
I
Yep.
have.
You were gifted 3 exactly. 1 for each of the other people.
I feel like the Dark Priestess should be renamed to the Morally Ambiguous Priestess.
The Gray Priestess.
You don't know what she did to get those diamonds.
Well, I don't ask those silly questions.
And there's also
I would.
the hint that the Dark Priestess is behind all the trauma in all your lives that have led to where you are.
I would be obligated to take action if I knew where she got everything that she had, and I have a lot more work to do before I die. So the less I ask, the better.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Very utilitarian.
Well,
there's-
glad you're here anyway.
Well, thank you.
And I head over towards find Captain Leodov's ratio where he is.
Alright, so you head to the captain's quarters to find Captain Leodov. That's where he would be.
It's almost like that's where the captain would be.
What I just said.
making Yes, but Corbett wouldn't know, so...
The rest of you, RTM, anything in particular that you want to do?
Nay.
Okay. Pyotr, anything in particular you want to do? Or anyone want to accompany Corvette to speak to Captain Leodov?
I'll go with
Yay.
Corviticus.
Corviticus?
That's
See,
a
is that
nickname now.
It's a nickname. Is that a book in the Book of Solana?
It is now.
Yeah.
Galena, what do you want to do?
Patrick, in your next campaign, please. That'd be so funny.
It's a thing now.
There could be books of Pyotr in there. Several of them.
Yes.
There's
And
actually
various epistles.
3 books of Pyotr since there's been a few emperors named Pyotr. Anyway,
Oh.
Galena, what would you like to do?
She's gonna go up to the bow of the ship and just watch the ocean for a little bit
Do
Okay.
the Titanic thing.
with her squirrel.
You
Lunatic.
on the back.
All right. Okay, so excuse me, Corvette, Artyom, and Pyotr, you go to the captain's quarters. You knock on the door and you hear, "Come in."
Go on in.
Hail and well met.
Ah, it's my guest. It's a pleasure to see you. You've been here with us for a few days, and then the others. You all left Ostrava without saying goodbye. And Captain Leodov is sitting at his desk. He's wearing his normal, his usual clothes. Sailor. Captain Jack Sparrow style clothes. Captain Jack Sparrow hat. Except it has a big giant feather on it. He sitting there and he has a map out in front of him, and you can see he's charting a course. And he looks at you. So, what brings you to my quarters?
Orbit.
Well, yes, I brought. I did.
Quite literally.
RTM. So, where are we going? We did the thing we came here to do, and
Right.
we were told to come back.
Mhm.
And everything's always a little vague until we only know like the next step of the plan.
Well,
So,
luckily for you, I happen to know the next 2 steps of the plan. And I'm more than happy to
steps?
tell them to you. Yep.
oh, exciting!
Well, the first step is we're going to go back to where this guy just came from. We're going to go drop him off, and you are off, and you're going to finish the job that they couldn't
Oh! You mean
Coming with me?
in Edelheim? Is that what it's called?
That would be it.
Okay. I'm cool with that. I thought you meant the Isle.
No. Sorry. Edelheim, not the Isle. You guys will not be going back there anytime soon. After that, you all are gonna go to, sorry, let me pull that up. I do not have that off the top of my head. For that, you all are headed to Silvari.
Okay.
Is that like Australia?
Where is Silvari again? Is that...
Silvari is directly east of Edelheim.
Okay. See,
For-
can we see the map?
Oh, yes. That would probably
Is that
be...
okay?
That is unacceptable. How dare you want to see the map? Alright, anyway, so...
The map is there! Oh, I spelled them both terribly wrong.
It's all good. So, you guys are currently here. In Vinhelm.
Mm-hmm.
You are going to have to come up here, stop at Svarim, travel to Edelheim, and then after you finish your business in Edelheim, you're going to come over to Solari.
Oh, exciting.
Alright.
What do we know about Edelheim again? Isn't it just like super run down? Is that
So-
Vegas.
Yeah, so give me a history check and I'll tell you a little bit more based upon it. But the general... Edelheim is generally... Edelheim is basically the crime capital of the Empire. Excuse me. It's Vegas, so people go there to try to make their fortunes. It's often called the City of the Broken Spirits because people who are down on their luck looking for a new start make their way to Edelheim. Some of them make their fortune, through a variety of means. Most people don't make a fortune. They either get into large amounts of debt to the crime families there, or they join one of the criminal organizations and become... Now, obviously, the Empire has done their best to stamp this out as much as they can. The Empire, being a very strict moral society, has tried their best to stamp this out. However, it got so bad that Edelheim, which used to be the seat of the region, got moved to that the boyardship got moved to Silvari because the boyar of Edelheim had been in cahoots with the criminals. Did you give me that history check?
I got a 16.
16. All right. So, yeah, pretty much everything that I was just telling you. I completely forgot to even ask what your check was and just kept on going. But yeah, so that there's a bunch of crime families, that run it. However, they generally try to keep everything above board so that way the Imperial Army doesn't come and just crack down on everything. There's also the fact that the one thing that they don't really commit is tax evasion because they pay their they pay a decent amount of taxes as well as tithes to the church to kind of keep people off their backs. And there's also we can't really prove that it was them, but we think it was them, but they hired someone else to do it. So there's we know that they're bad people, but we can't prove they're bad people. So yeah, that's what you all.
Of all the things to be, I guess, all the crimes not to commit, got to be tax evasion. Interesting.
That's how they caught that one famous villain.
Al Capone, I believe.
I mean, the Al Capone of Patrick's World.
Of Inara.
Yep. Vladimir, we'll call him.
His name was Vladimir Corbett or something.
It
like that.
was
No,
Alexei Capone.
Alexei Corbett.
Alexei Capone. Alexei Caponovich.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh man, we're silly. Anyway, So that's what you know about Edelheim.
Cool. Oh, now I see why I'm not excited to go there.
Right.
'Cause I stand out like a sore thumb.
You're probably going to want to not be dressed as fancy as you are. You're probably going to want to wear something a little less flashy, as well as you're probably going to want to find out if there's any magic to deal with your eyes.
They don't like Dragon Touch, do they?
Wait.
Yeah.
Question.
Yes.
If it's the Vegas-ish of your world, doesn't that mean rich, fancy people would also be there?
Yeah, but as a obvious foreigner, he would be a target, particularly where you guys are headed.
But he's surrounded by us.
Hey, if Corbett wants to keep dressing fancy, that's fine. Obviously, I would, he's welcome to do what he wants. Leodov is going to suggest otherwise.
I am not putting a bandana back on my face.
That's foreboding.
Can't you do magic with your eyes too?
No. I've just accepted it.
Patrick, I'm gonna try casting Minor Illusion. Do those change my eye colors at all? Can I do that?
Let me look at Minor Illusion real quick and make a decision.
Oh. That'd be very hard, though. It would be a whole... Every minute I'd have to be casting it, so...
Yeah, not really, because it creates either a sound or an image. I would not argue that it could change your eye color.
Hey, just was wondering.
Yeah. I mean, beyond the fact that you'd have to recast it every minute, and that would just be annoying.
It would be very annoying. Okay, I'll figure something out.
Alright. Right, well, we're gonna set off here in a few minutes. If you want to make your ways to your cabins.
Are you taking us to Ostrava? Ostrava, or are you going up the river to Svarim?
Svarim, and then you will be expected to hike your way to Edelheim. That's where we will part ways for now.
You mean you won't hike with us? You don't have a magic flying boat?
No.
Yeah, I've talked to the wizards about building us an airship.
What's an airship?
It would be a boat in the air.
Sounds ridiculous.
Magic.
Sounds pretty productive, actually.
What do you think, Galena? What do you think about airships?
Well, Galena's not with you.
She's not in the room with us. She's...
I'm just like screaming it at her. Hey! I'll have to ask her about it.
Alright. Well, thank you, Captain, and
Anytime.
hopefully it's easy sailing ahead.
Smooth sailing. You should know that term. You grew up on. Is where you grew up? Smooth sailing. Well, I mean, we'll see. I mean, we're nearing the end of this whole thing, right? So these are the last two sacrifices.
Yeah.
As long as we're not too late to stop the sacrifice.
Well, according to our sources, you've still got some time for both of them, hence why we're doing what we're doing. But, of course, since you've foiled one sacrifice, the Profane Guard could choose to accelerate their timeline. See.
What if there are other factors limiting how fast they can accomplish things?
And we don't know much about the other sacrifices. We just know, the sacrifice of Heart is taking place in Silvari, and the sacrifice of Shadows is taking place in Edelheim. We don't know exactly what is entailed. Sometimes the sacrifices have been quite literal. From my understanding is here in Vinhelm, they're actually ripping the flesh off folks to sacrifice.
Ugh.
However, the sacrifice of Sight was less literal. It was the vision of a leader that had to be clouded in order to complete the sacrifice. So it really depends on whether they're taking it literally. Though I imagine the sacrifice of Shadow would be a little hard to take literally, as shadows are kind of hard to steal.
You've never run into a fae, have you?
No, I have not.
They do weird things.
Well, I will
Like
keep.
ask for eyeballs.
I will keep myself a few nautical miles away from a fae. You all are welcome to deal with that.
You meet a woman named Maeve. Tell her to go find whatever hole she crawled out of and go back in it.
Right. Think about it. What do you, yeah, I hopefully never meet her. And but where's the girl with the horns?
Oh, Jelania, she will not be coming with us any longer.
Dark Priestess will not be happy to hear that. She doesn't like to let people escape from her grasp so easily.
Well, we were just speaking of Fae, and someone just as powerful as the Dark Priestess has taken her away.
Well, I wish her the best of luck.
Awfully kind of you. Now to wish us the best of luck. Let's get on underway.
I mean, everyone, right?
Thank you,
Excellent.
Captain.
You're very welcome. It should take us about a week and a half to get up to Safarim, and then after that, we will. After that, then it should take you 2-3 days to travel from Safarim to Edelheim.
Bless you.
All right. So, I'm assuming. So, anything that anyone wants to do, as they're saying, they go, they set sail. Seahawk is ready to go.
I would like to go find Galina.
Okay.
And Galina, are you still at the front of the ship?
She's wandered, but she's probably still along a side rail somewhere.
I'll come over. Say. So, how was it?
Front of the ship?
Oh no, not that. How's Alyosha? How was the thing? Did you tell? You didn't tell us what? No, you did tell us what he said last time. Never
I
mind.
did. She asked you to keep it a secret, too.
Ah, yes. I haven't said anything. So, how are you feeling about that? About what Alyosha said.
Galena, give me a Constitution saving throw.
What?
Eight.
8?
This
All right.
dice is going in jail.
You feel a sharp pain course through your body. You temporarily lose 6 hit points until you complete a long rest.
That's not nice.
Ow.
I
Ow.
missed what happened.
Currently, ow.
Are you okay, Galina? What's wrong?
I don't know. It just hurt.
I'm sorry. Has this ever happened before? I don't think I've ever seen you in pain randomly, at least before. Usually we're in a fight.
Usually there's an immediate cause.
Yes, usually.
But have you felt that before, or?
No. Wonder if this is how Alyosha's rats felt.
Ugh. Do you need anything? What,
250 more years of life?
you know, I'll get to work figuring that out for you.
Don't think I'm gonna hold my breath, but okay.
No, that could actually shorten your life even further. So.
Well, if you need anything, let me know. But do you want a pastry? I know I can
Yes.
offer that, so I'll let you. I hold out the bag of pastries for you to choose from.
Do you roll for the pastry bag?
Yes, you roll a 1d8.
I have never pulled anything out of the pastry bag.
Oh,
I
okay.
got an 8. I roll well on
Yeah.
pastry roll.
You got a delectable mix of egg, sausage, bacon bits, and cheese. A
Yum.
pastry with all of that in it. So you have a breakfast pastry. I don't know. Food always helps a little bit. The simple pleasures of life.
Is there a pastry in that mix that's just like, now you have food poisoning, take 2d4
No, that
disease.
defeats
Uh,
the purpose of the
no.
freaking magic item.
I
Nope,
didn't know if
there
it
is
was
not.
like deck of many things.
No.
She shares some of her pastry with Luchik.
I do fill Galena in what Captain Leodov told us and where we're headed. Up to Svarim and then to Edelheim. And after that, Silvari.
Oh, my home is about a 2 days ride away from Silvari.
Oh, really? That
Yes.
will be, you'll know the area.
Not really, no.
A bit more. A bit. Yeah. Yeah. But hey, I mean, how do you, I guess, hold on. Would you know how to get, if you didn't have that ring of teleportation to back home, would you know how to get back home?
Mostly, Luchik would help me too.
He's very
He has a
helpful.
good sense of direction for a squirrel.
Good. Well, if we ever get lost, we'll turn to Luchik.
Good plan.
Hey, no yawning crap.
None of that. Wait for you.
All right. And
Um,
then I'll just kind of head back to my cabin.
All right. Ian, looks like you were about to say something.
Yep. Don't remember what. It'll come to. Oh wait, no. Yeah, I mean, Pyotr was gonna head back to his cabin as well.
All right. Anyone else have anything they want to do before they settle down for a week-long journey? Week and a half long journey.
I'm gonna tell Galena about my airship idea.
All right.
Picture this. It's a boat that flies.
Why does it fly?
Magic is part of it.
Because the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line.
Yes. Imagine the advantage that we would have over the profane guard if we were able to fight them from the sky. I'm thinking large balloons.
Couldn't we just use a levitating spell on a nautical ship?
Possibly. But that would take a lot of power from the mage to keep it going.
Maybe. Maybe could do something with mana storing crystals.
I knew I would talk to the right person for the job.
Could be interesting. I'm not sure I have the time to figure this out, but I'll make a note of it.
Yes, perhaps after we finish saving the world.
Yes.
Because I have no idea that you're going to die.
Have you ever thought about becoming an air pirate?
An air pirate? Me? That would involve harming innocents. I could never do that.
Well, you don't have to be a very bloodthirsty pirate.
But it would be a pirate all the same. I grew up on the streets. I did my share of stealing and fighting and trying to survive. And I feel like being a pirate of any sort, land, sea, air, cosmos, would be too much of the same thing.
I see.
I've surpassed what I was and have become something far greater. But I guess that is a good point. If we do somehow create airships, that is a whole another threat to have to contend with. If there's one thing that villainous scum will do, it's they'll take good things and make them bad.
Yes.
Maybe we should just keep the airship idea between the four of us.
Okay.
There you go. Patent.
Patent.
I guess I won't become an air pirate either. We probably won't get the ship made anyway.
Maybe someday. Maybe Corvette will pay for it. I
He's
should go
not
ask.
very good at managing money, actually. He never has any.
That would be why I could talk him into paying for it. I just convince him it's a really good idea.
Gotta
Just wait
convince him to quit spending it all on clothes first.
Just wait till payday and then just be like, listen, you know what you want to do.
I will see if I can convince him to quit spending the money on clothes long enough for us to build an airship after we save the world.
Okay. We better save the world quickly. I hope you're better at it than they have been in the past.
I spent the past several months training and fighting with the most elite unit of the military, so I hope I would be.
What is the next sacrifice again?
Sacrifice of Shadow in Edelheim.
Do you think they're gonna have a shadow dragon that they sacrifice or something?
No, I hear they're vulnerable to being turned into ducks.
Or goldfish?
Or goldfish.
Oh,
That's
but
what
next time I
thinking.
should try a duck.
Next time. Next time!
Roast duck tastes good.
You turned a shadow dragon into a goldfish?
Yes.
Perhaps we weren't the most elite. I'm gonna have to tell Spinson. He's going to be so mad.
His head is gonna spin.
If Spinson's even alive still.
No, Spinson's alive. They're all alive, but Spinson's the only one whose name I remember.
It's fair. Alright. So you all, does anyone else have anything they want to talk about before we move on?
Just during the voyage, Corvette would have talked to Archie more about what he's been up to and what was it like to be working with Arkady and the rest. Just catching up, really.
It was tough. Spent a lot of time going all across the Empire, hunting down pockets of profane guard and going into places that smaller forces or weaker forces couldn't handle. And we had a battle on a mountain where people were disappearing, and when we showed up, there were 5 of them. terrifyingly powerful. The one that we thought was in charge of the whole thing was this giant monster. However, what it turned out to be was this this ancient elf, stunt growth, that had mind controlled / threatened the others into being his pretend little family. And he had a fascination with spiders. There's spider webs everywhere, and the soldiers that we had sent in were strung up and captured and being killed in the most terrifying spider-like manners. And it took Arcani everything he had to be able to kill that young, terrifying, dark mage thing. After I finished fighting the large monster, I tried to crawl over to assist him and thought we were going to die. But we survived. It's ranged from small cults that have taken us no time at all to things just like that. Battle to battle. Riding on the fastest war horses just to try and get to anywhere we think might be a sacrifice. Took a long time for us to figure out where the last two were going to be.
Well,
but I know how to use a sword now.
Good. You can use more than one kind of weapon.
No
Proud of
more
you.
Warhammer for me.
What is this? As I point to his warhammer.
It's backup.
Ah.
My actual weapon. And I tap a little boutonniere up on my lapel. And I pick it up. And I say, it's harvest time. And it transforms from a little, what looks like a strand of wheat, into this big great sword that's shaped like a blade of wheat. Interestingly enough, it also causes allergic reactions to anybody who might suffer from allergies. So it's got its drawbacks, and I offer it out to you and I say, hold it. And it's huge. It looks really big.
Okay. I grab it.
When you take it from me, it doesn't weigh any more than a regular longsword.
Ow.
And say, I am grateful for thy bounty.
You want me to say that?
Yes.
I am grateful for thy bounty.
And it shrinks back into the little boutonniere with the sheaf of wheat. I'll take that back now.
Okay. That's very cool. Very nice.
I got to keep that one from another battle.
Very cool. And I'm sure it's going to be very useful.
It's very effective in getting a weapon into places that people don't want you to take weapons into.
Yeah. Just being able to, make a weapon appear at will, that does help. And then just make it vanish.
What
I
do
get
you
that.
use now?
Still a spear. But
It's not a magic one, not one that talks to you.
this one doesn't talk to me, no. This one's not self-aware, which makes for much peaceful nighttime strolls. Yeah, Eladin, it is gone. I haven't heard or seen it since I kind of chose to recommit to Bronislav. So, but yeah, no, I use another spear, Bronislav. So it's useful.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks. I know you always though you were always very caring. I know you always wanted me to do the right thing and to try and make things work out with Bronislav. So thanks for the encouragement. I think I needed it.
I always had faith in you. I knew you'd do the right thing. And if not, I ended up with an 8-foot greatsword that I could just remedy that with.
If
You
you
missed
could,
me.
you know. Uh-huh. Maybe.
Gonna reach out, just pat you on the head and say, yep, you missed me.
Have a good night, Artyom.
And fairly well to you too, Corvette.
Alright. So your journey on the ship continues. Your voyage, as they would say. You begin to sail your way north and west. North and east, I apologize. North and east. Directions are not my strong suit. North and east to make your way to Svarim. And you know, first, Adam, roll me a d6.
Dangerous. 6.
Most of your journey seems to have passed with no incident. You know, it's pretty boring being on a ship. You know, there's not a lot to do. You know, it's not a cruise ship, so you don't have a lot. But on the 6th day, what is everyone doing? Let's say as on the 6th day, it's about afternoon, so noon time, about noon. Let's say it's about noon.
Is Pan still the sailor up in the crow's nest? I want to visit him and just chat and hang out with him.
I had forgotten about Pan. Yes, Pan is still the
yes
sailor up in the crow's nest.
So I'm just hanging out with him. I feel great. It's like up and just feeling the wind, just chatting up there. That's what I'll be doing, hanging out a lot. Yeah.
Okay. Galena, what do you normally spend your days doing on the voyage?
She's been practicing throwing fireball and ray of frost and all sorts of things over the side.
Yeah, the crew keeps a very wide distance from you. But yeah, Pyotr, what do you spend your time doing?
Pyotr is just watching, like, the animal. Well, that's probably pretty sparse as far as animals are concerned in the middle of the ocean. Yeah, he's just kind of taking it all in. Can't think of anything in particular. Wait, no. Yeah, something's coalescing. Come back to me.
All right, Artyom, what do you spend your time doing?
I am sparring with sword-wielding crewmates with wood swords.
What?
Because I spent many years using a warhammer and a handful of months using a sword.
All right. I need Corvette and Galena to give me perception checks.
Ooh, good roll. Perception. Dirty 20.
23.
So the two of you, as you're doing your thing, so you're up in the crow's nest, Corvette and Galena, you're practicing throwing, we'll say, ray of frost at this point to preserve your spell slots over the edge of the boat. And you notice a dark shape, like the water around the ship gets extremely dark, and a dark shape is moving underneath the boat.
Oh no. Wait. It's another mimic.
It's the same mimic ship. It's the ghost ship. I don't know what it is. Corvette doesn't know what it is. It's like, what? Does the shadow underneath, like, is it bigger than the Seahawk?
It is bigger than the Seahawk.
Shoot. Well, I call down to try and warn, like, whoever's at the helm, whoever should be able to hear from the crow's nest.
Okay. So, Artyom, the best practice area is below deck in one of the cargo holds, so you do not hear the shout. Pyotr, did you decide what you were doing? If not, you're sleeping.
Pyotr is sparring with Artyom as well.
Okay. All right.
I really hope there's like an alarm bell on the crow's nest or something.
Nah, they figure if you're below deck, you don't get to survive.
Yeah, so Pan does begin ringing a bell. And you hear this and you begin to hear the bell just ringing through the entirety of the ship, and up through the air. And Galena, you're kind of just staring curiously, and you notice that there's a dark shape. It's slithering through and seems to be coming up towards the surface, and bursts up in front of you, and there's just a spray of ocean water that gets you soaking wet as you watch this large, slippery thing just appear and begin waving around in the air. A closer look at it, it looks like a giant squid tentacle. And everyone just watches as, bursting from around the ship, you see 9 more of these tentacles appear, and they begin to attempt to wrap themselves around the Seahawk. And Captain Leodov comes out and is, "No! Not my ship! You will not take my ship to the depths!" And I will now need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh boy!
Stop blowing holes in my ship.
$18.
Ah! Well, that
Corbett.
20 is lost.
9.
Artyom.
17.
Pyotr.
3.
Alright.
Wait.
Alright. Galena is first with Artyom on deck, with Corvette following her, then the Beast, and then Pyotr's last.
Do we know what this beast looks like? Did I like...
I mean, no, you just know that there's... you don't know anything because you're still below deck. You just hear the alarm sounding. Alright.
She casts polymorph at the nearest tentacle.
Okay. Roll to polymorph it.
But not into a goldfish. Turn it into a squirrel or something that'll drown.
Oh, I guess I
30,
roll to resist.
20.
That's right. I roll to resist. You don't roll to.
Yeah.
It's a wisdom saving throw, right?
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm like confused.
Gotcha. Yeah, that was my
Yeah,
bad.
16. You gotta be a 16.
Gotta be a 16. Well, I got a 18, so
We'll go this time.
Yep. So you cast your spell and just you watch as the tentacle kind of like shifts and morphs and then resumes its normal shape. And
Going for a duck.
And the beast is going to take its legendary action. And it's going to attempt to grab Galena with a tentacle. Okay, that's going to be a 27 to hit you, Galena.
Question.
Yes.
Can I see... Is Galena within 30 feet of me?
No, you cannot see her. You are below decks.
I thought we would have run up when we heard the bell.
You are on your way up. You will arrive at the top. You will arrive on deck at the beginning of your turn.
Objection, Your Honor.
Alright. I need you to also give me a DC 18 strength check, or be grappled by the tentacle. You also take 21 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yikes.
I got a 15. Can she do her shield thing?
Yeah, you can do her shield thing. Will that bring your AC to above 27? Okay.
That is
Nope.
wow.
Just a wizard here.
Okay, no. So, you're welcome to do it, but that would be a usage of a spell slot, which I wouldn't recommend.
Yeah, but if I cast shield, she can also put up her arcane ward,
Oh,
which will
that
absorb
makes sense.
some of the damage.
Then
How
go
much
for it.
damage was that again?
That was 21 points of bludgeoning damage. Alright. Now that is going to be Artyom's turn, with Corvette on deck.
So has she been picked up by this tentacle
Yeah,
thing?
she has been picked up and she is held in the air, being waved around by this tentacle.
Okay, well, I shall close the distance, and I will, as I'm running, I will grab my little lapel pin, and I will say, "It's harvest time," and my sword pops out. Because it's so cool. And then, I will attack.
Alright.
I have to look at all of my numbers. That will be a 25 to hit.
That will hit.
Excellent. So, I will attack. And as I attack, I also use my Divine Strike ability, which I am blessed with Divine Might in battle. When a creature takes damage from one of your cantrips or weapon attacks, you can also deal 1d8 radiant damage to that creature. Once you deal this damage, you can't use this feature again until the start of your next turn.
Okay.
So, I attack it with my sword's regular damage. So that is 10 regular damage,
Okay.
and that is 7 radiant damage. So 10 slashing, 7 radiant for a total of 17.
Alright.
Did I chop the tentacle in half?
No, you did not chop the tentacle in half. You did gouge it severely, but it is still up.
Never
Still
fear.
has Galena grasped.
I am here.
Alright.
That's all mine.
Brayden got it.
Oh, absolutely.
Alright. It is now going to be the beast's next legendary action. And it is going to... You watch as a storm cloud forms in the sky, and 3 bolts of lightning come down and strike at various targets on the deck, specifically the 3 of you. I'm going to need you all to give me a DC 23 saving throw.
Wait, which 3?
Dexterity saving throw. You 3. But not
not
Galena.
I'm
In
not
the
on the
crow's-
deck.
In the
Oh, wait,
crow's
I'm
nest,
not either.
I'm not.
I guess that's
Wait,
fair.
yeah.
If Adam wasn't on the deck to do, I will rule consistently. You're not on the deck. Alright, Artyom and Corvette. DC 23 dexterity saving throws.
Oh, 23?
It sounds like garbage.
23?
Yep.
You can't bring me back to kill me.
14. I can't
15.
get that.
Really, you can't hit 23? A natural 20 would save you, but...
No, I have a 20 plus 1 to dex. That'd be 21.
A natural 20 would still count as a success right there.
Oh, okay.
Well,
All right, I get a 1 and a 5% chance.
and what'd you get, Adam?
15.
15. Alright. You both take 22 points of lightning damage.
What is this creature? It hurts.
Is it like an electric lightning kraken?
Alright.
Dude, a lightning, like an electric kraken, kind of like an electric eel, would be super cool.
Does not have
That's
to be...
terrifying.
Does not
That's
have to
what
be
this
a...
is.
Does not have to be a lightning kraken. Could just be a regular kraken. They can call storms.
Yeah, but it would be so much cooler if it was like an electric, like a electric kraken,
Alright.
like electric eel.
Corvette, is now your turn with the beast on deck.
After being singed and struck by freaking lightning, really quickly I check, is Pan okay? Is he like alive still?
Pan is slashing at one of the tentacles one of the tentacles has wrapped itself around the mast, and he's slashing at it, trying to get it off.
Oh, how many tentacles are there?
There are 10.
Wow. Okay then. Well, does that change what I was going to do?
I don't know. Does it?
No. When he said 10, I was like, let me take a look real fast. And okay. And you know what? I'll do this instead. Okay, so I say, Pen, you handle this one. Actually, no, I can't. So Galena, how far down is the? Because I'm in the crow's nest. How far down is it to the deck of the ship?
It's an excellent question.
Because I need to know how far away I am from like Galena and
Far
other
enough that jumping
people.
down would be a bad time.
Yeah,
About 28 feet.
28 feet. Okay. And you said Galena's been picked up and she's like in the air somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in that case, I will jump off of the crow's nest and use my radiant soul, and so my eyes glimmer even more than just the regular gold color, and I get 2 incorporeal wings, and I can fly for a minute.
Glorious.
So 30 feet. So that's my action. And okay, so that was my action, and then I have a feat, Metamagic Adept, and so I have 2. I'm gonna use Quicken Spell. I'll spend both of my sorcery points so I can cast a spell. Because that Radiant Soul is just a feature I have.
Yep.
And I will cast I want to try and avoid like any crewmen or any of my companions, but I want to cast Wall of Light across as many of the tentacles as I can.
So I'm being informed from multiple sources that a mast of a ship this size would probably actually be 158 to 180 feet. We're going to say that you got down before combat started.
Well, oh, okay. Well,
unless you want to be at the top of the mast.
I want to be at the top of the mast, so.
Okay, alright.
I want
to fly, so who cares?
I could fly still.
It's true, you can.
But wait, so how tall? Just so I'll write it down so I know how far up I am. 120?
150, we'll say 160 is what we'll say.
160 feet. That is a tall. No wonder a Corvette likes it up there. Yeah, I'll fly and then cast the Wall of Light if possible. Well, it has to be on a. Oh, it can be free floating. Okay, perfect. It's free floating, covering as many of the tentacles as I can when I cast it.
So the tentacles are on each side of the ship, so you can pick the starboard side or the port side.
Okay. I will do. So it could be 60 feet long. So if I can do like the side with Galena, just not hitting her tentacle, I don't want to hit her. Then
you will not be able to encompass Galena, the tentacle, without encompassing Galena, because it's wrapped itself around Galena.
Okay. I will do the other side of the ship, whatever that side is, so starboard or port.
Okay.
And then when the wall appears, each creature in its area must make a Constitution saving throw.
Alright, well, there's only one creature in its area.
One random crew member runs into the middle.
That is going to be... It's going to get a 31.
It saves, but it takes half the damage of 48. So,
Saves, but just barely.
Those are so bad. Half of 13, so 6.
So 6 to 5 of the tentacles.
Yeah.
Math is hard.
6
Unfortunate.
times
This
30.
is one of my hobbies. No, it's. I can figure it out. I need to figure it out without spoiling what the mechanic exactly is for you guys.
Oh, okay.
Okay, got it. Okay. Alright, so 5 of the tentacles take the damage. Alright. Okay. It is now the beast's turn. The beast is going to start off by using a fling attack. It is going to throw Galena onto the deck.
Hey, that's what yeet means.
You only take... Let's see how much you take from that. You only take 4 points of bludgeoning damage. Then I do need a DC 18 dexterity saving throw, or you will be knocked prone.
Mm. 12.
12. Okay, so you are knocked prone on the ground. It takes half your movement to stand back up on your next turn. Pyotr, it's now your turn. With Galina on deck. Oh, no, sorry. It needs to take a few more actions. Sorry, I apologize. Another tentacle is going to attack Corvette.
I am flying.
Yep. What's your AC?
17.
Okay, well, it's going to get 17.
Okay.
That's going to be 18 points of bludgeoning damage, and I need a DC 18 or be grappled. Strength check.
Nope. I got 12.
Okay, alright. You are now wrapped up, and you are being flung at the ground. You are going to take 5 points of bludgeoning damage. You hit the ground. I need a DC 18 dexterity saving throw, or you will be knocked prone, just like Galena.
I am prone.
Alright, so you just watch as the tentacles, one of them just hucks Galena on the deck, and the other one just wraps around Corvette, and you watch his blazing, light wings shining forth and throws Corvette on the deck on his back. Now, Pyotr, it is your turn.
That hurt, guys. This is a tough one. Oh.
Well, hold on. I want to make sure that I have the spell in my...
Oh, Patrick.
I'm going to...
Sorry, Ian, real fast.
Go for it.
I have to make a concentration check. What do I have to roll for that?
Concentration,
Wall of light?
that's for Wall of Light. That'll be, let me double check, because concentration changes every edition, and I get them all confused.
Yeah. I just don't have to roll
It
something.
used to be a skill.
Okay.
You roll... Alright, so you roll, the DC is 10, or half the damage you take, so you just took how much damage total?
For each, isn't it for each point of, if I got hit twice, I got hit by, I think, 18, then 5, so I have to make 2 rolls.
Yeah, okay, we'll do that. So you'll need to make a first DC saving throw of 16.
Half damage plus 10?
10 plus half the damage, yep, you took.
So that's 19, right? Yep. I took 18 damage. Please! Natural 20. Oh my gosh, I did it.
Very nice. You'll now need to make the second roll, and that's only going to be a 12.
And come on. Nope.
It's a Constitution saving throw, so don't forget to add your Constitution bonus.
Yeah, it's a 6.
Alright, so the wall of light
Wall fade.
fades from view.
That is very sad.
Alright.
There goes all my lasers.
Now, Pyotr, it is your turn with Galena on deck.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Thunderous Smite
Okay.
and then roll to attack. Ah!
I don't know if that was a good sound or a bad sound.
At first, I was excited because it was higher than 3, but then it set in like the fact that this still sucks. 14 to hit.
14 to hit.
Yeah.
That will hit one of the tentacles.
Oh well. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, crap. I was not expecting to hit, so I don't have my d6s up.
Always expect to hit. Optimism. Optimism.
No, Patrick. Optimism is dangerous.
I'm
Gosh,
aware.
dang it. Okay. So that's 3d6 because of the Thunderous Smite.
Okay.
And I have a second attack, right?
Yep.
But the Thunderous Smite doesn't have
Which tentacle are you attacking? You're attacking one of the ones that has been hit by the wall of light, one of the ones that's not been hit, or the one that had Galena and has been hit by it?
the one that had Galena.
Okay. Perfect.
6. 9 damage on that attack.
Alright, so before you make your second attack, you watch as you just gouge out a huge chunk of the beast's flesh from the tentacle, and this tentacle retreats back into the ocean.
Nice. And then I will then attack one of the ones that was seared with lightning.
Light, you will need to attack one of the other ones because you can't get across the deck in time to attack those.
Oh. Are you streaming? Oh yeah, you are.
I mean, there's no map. There isn't a battle map
Oh wait,
for this.
yeah. I was like, I am looking at it. That's why I was confused.
No, there's no battle map.
You'd
You'd be confused even if I did have a battle map, so...
Yeah, I know. But at the very least, I'd know... never mind. I wouldn't know anything. Okay. 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
And that was 5 damage.
You may remember to add your strength bonus?
2 damage?
Yeah.
Oh. 7 damage.
Okay. Alright. Galena, it is your turn. You are knocked prone. It'll take half your movement to stand back up. But you are capable of doing that.
Okay. And she still gets an action
And she would still get an
stands
action
back.
after she stands back up, yes.
Okay.
You can
Then-
fight prone. Patrick really doesn't like that.
Imagine it would be hard to see what she's shooting her scorching rays at if she's prone on the deck. So she'll stand up and shoot her 3 scorching rays at whatever the 3 nearest tentacles are.
Okay. One of them will be the one that Pyotr just hit, so you can... Alright, give me your attack rolls.
17. And new dice. 25.
Alright, well, the 17 and the 25 will definitely hit. Roll me your damage.
One is a 12. The other's a 4.
Alright. The one that Pyotr hit looks very badly scorched. The other one is just mildly scorched. Alright. It is now time for the legendary action, and then it'll be Artyom's turn.
I am not Corvette.
You are
I
not
never
Corvette.
have.
You never have been. You're practically the same character at this point. Kidding. I'm lying. Kidding. I'm totally kidding. All right, it's gonna attack Artyom. That's
Awesome.
gonna be
Missed.
a 22 to hit you.
That definitely missed.
That's gonna be 21 points of bludgeoning damage. And I need a DC 18 strength saving throw or be grappled.
Uh, 18 exactly.
Alright, so you are not grappled. Lucky you. Alright, now it is your turn with the legendary action and then Corvette on deck.
Alright. So, for my bonus action, I'm going to cast Holy Weapon. Which, let me read it to make certain I get this all correct. Until the spell ends, which is concentration up to an hour, the weapon emits bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30 feet. Weapon attacks made with it deal an extra 2d8 radiant damage on a hit. And then if the weapon isn't already a magic weapon, it becomes one for the duration.
But it
And
already
I
is.
attack once again, as I am wont to do, for 23 to hit.
Okay, that'll hit.
Excellent. So, I will use my Divine Strike again, for I can use it once a turn. And I attack him for... So that is... Oh boy. That is 14 slashing damage, and then...
Which one were you attacking? Were you attacking one that hadn't been hit, or one, or what were you?
Whatever one that I can physically hit.
Okay. Alright. Okay, 14.
Because I was attacking the one with Galena.
Gotcha.
Okay, so 14 slashing damage, and 17 radiant damage, so a total of 31.
Alright, you have decimated that tentacle. It is, you cut a huge chunk of flesh out of it. It also retreats back into the ocean, leaving only 8 tentacles remaining.
Only 8?
Yep.
Only?
Alright. Legendary action. Pyotr, you are under attack by a tentacle.
That sounds gross.
The 32 is going to hit you, right?
No, actually. My AC is 57, so get wrecked.
32? What's the plus on the strength of this guy? Like 20?
Virtually impossible for it to miss.
Yeah.
That's going to be 26 points of bludgeoning damage, Pyotr. And then I need a DC 18 strength saving throw or be grappled.
Oh. 5.
Alright,
How
Pyotr.
much damage did you say that was?
26 bludgeoning. You have been grappled. Alright.
Oof.
Corvette, it is your turn with the beast on deck.
Alright, I will first stand up. That's stupid. How far away am I from like the nearest tentacle?
You could get there and attack it if you so desire.
Sweet. Alright. Before I do that though, as my bonus action, I'm gonna use Healing Light. 5d6 on myself.
Okay. Not the poor wizard.
Not the poor wizard here. So
Corvette doesn't love you, Galena.
Actually, she doesn't look too bad off.
I'm pretty sure I had it. Yeah, I dropped from 68 down to 23.
Oh yeah, you were probably worse off then. Yes.
Yeah. So 20 health. That was really good rolls. I spent 5. I spent as many as I could in one turn, one heal, and it's 5 dice, and I have 10 dice total.
Okay.
So 20 healing, and now I will go over, kind of half run, half like float over to the nearest tentacle, and then use the hollowed heart and take a couple of attacks at it.
All right, roll to hit. Are you want to attack the one that Pyotr had been wailing on?
If that's in range, yes.
Yeah,
I'll start with
we'll
that
say
one.
that is in range. Yep.
All right, so hit is +6, so a 19 to hit.
Okay.
And then, so I'll do that damage first. So I will do. So there is 7 points of slashing plus 5 points of radiant damage from the spear. So that's what, 12. And then because I still have my wings out, I do once per turn. I can do 9 extra radiant damage. Let me just make sure it's 9. 9 additional radiant damage to one target once per turn.
All right.
So I do 9 more.
That tentacle has been severely beaten and retreats back into the ocean. There's only 2 tentacles on one side, and the other side still has 5. All right.
If we take out these other 2, it'll get lopsided and fall over.
Exactly my thought.
All right. So it's now the beast's turn. It's going to start off with a fling, and it's going to fling Pyotr. Instead of at the deck, it's going to fling Pyotr into the ocean.
Wait, did I kill the one with Pyotr on it?
No.
No. Oh, you were
It
saying the one that
flung
Pyotr.
Pyotr
had
into the
attack him.
ocean. It took me a minute to I'm in metal armor. I'm going to die.
You have been thrown into the ocean, Pyotr. The next one is going to attack Artyom and attempt to grab him.
No, stop it.
That is going to be a 30.
That doesn't hit.
It's going to be 19 points of bludgeoning damage. And I need a DC 18 strength saving throw.
20 unnaturally.
Alright.
I like to imagine that I'm not like breaking out of it. I'm just like spinning and hitting it with my sword. So it's like, eh.
You're dodge rolling on the ground.
Yeah.
Continuously. Elden Ring, Dark Souls style.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. Sorry, I've been playing Elden Ring, if you can't tell, guys.
When did you find a kraken?
I didn't find a
Elden
kraken.
Ring?
I just decided it was time for an epic boss fight.
Oh.
You should fear any DM that's been playing Elden Ring recently.
Oh yeah. Or the DM smiles.
Now,
Your shirt is appropriate right now.
yes, it is. When the
Yeah.
DM smiles, it's already too late. It says, but you can't read the bottom half. But yeah. All right. The next tentacle is going to attack Galena and actually miss with a natural 1. So
Excuse me.
we're gonna roll for the beast
Yes.
on the critical fumble table.
For a tentacle, please
It
have something
fumbles.
happen.
It hits Pyotr and knocks him back onto the deck.
Yeah, there we go. Launches me back on.
All right. Well, so it's gonna roll a nat 20 and see if it does not it does not resist the fumble. Now we gotta roll the D100. See what happens.
Wait, you said it rolled a nat 20 to
No.
resist the fumble?
I rolled the
Oh.
D20 to resist the fumble. It does not resist the
Oh.
fumble.
I was like, what
right.
could have possibly saved it?
The tentacle overreaches, and the next attack on it will have advantage. Pyotr, it is now your turn with Galena on deck.
I don't know. How many feet am I sinking into the ocean per turn?
Oh yeah, I forgot that was happening. Let's look.
How fast does an armored person sink?
Hypothetically, if a kraken
So I need you to roll-
launch you overboard.
I need you to roll 1d6 plus 5. That's how many feet you initially end up in the water. Sorry, 2d6 plus 5, actually.
Okay. 3, 9, 14 feet.
Okay.
You got yo.
So you were 14 feet underwater. I now need a DC 10 dexterity saving throw, or you're going to take 1d6 damage.
Didn't I end up in the water the last time we fought some aquatic beast?
I don't remember.
Not in this show. I don't
Not
think
in this
any of
show.
us actually.
No, when we...
Otto doesn't do the water a lot because it freaks him out.
I don't do the water a
No.
lot because I hate
No,
it.
when we fought the mimic ship, I think I ended
Oh, yeah.
up in the water.
The mimic ship.
You did?
Maybe you did. I don't know. We'll have to rewatch the episode. I was listening to that episode earlier today. I just didn't finish it. Anyway, DC 10 dexterity saving throw, or you take 1d6 points damage from the being thrown.
DC 6? Wait,
DC 10 acrobatics.
I'm gonna go on a... Well, good news. For you, I guess. Wait. Is that a... No, it's a 7. Woo! 8. So, no.
8. Alright, you take an additional 3 points of damage.
Weak.
Alright. Okay, so each foot you swim costs you 1 extra foot of movement. So it basically is double to swim. So you would basically have to spend all 30 points of your movement to get to the surface right now.
Well, that's probably priority numero uno. So.
And because you are wearing medium medium armor, you lose 5 feet of movement. So you actually can't get to the surface this round.
Oof. Can I? Okay, fine.
And to even be able to swim, you will need to give me a DC 10 strength athletics check to be able to actually swim.
Oh my gosh.
But you
Being in
can.
the water is
14.
awful.
Yep.
Wait, can I shed my armor?
It'll take you 10 minutes to get your armor off. So. And swimming in armor isn't actually as difficult as, it's been historically proven. Swimming and moving in armor is not as difficult as historically it's thought to have been. It's actually more difficult to move and swim in modern armor than it actually was in medieval armor. So.
I don't know if I believe that, Patrick. I'm literally a giant metal husk in water.
Sorry, it's 10 rounds, not 10 minutes. Sorry, it's 10 rounds, so that would be 1 minute to get your armor off, but 10 rounds. The good news is that you can hold your breath for 1 minute plus your Constitution bonus.
So wait.
So is that 1 minute and 3 seconds, or is that 1 minute? Is that 4
1
minutes?
minute, it's a minute. So it'd be, if your Constitution bonus is a 1, it would be 2 minutes total, which is
So
highly.
counting a character is really hard.
So yeah, that's 3 minutes, bro.
Yep. So you can hold your breath for 3 minutes.
Okay. Well, I am not in danger. Well, not yet.
No, it's 30 rounds.
Yeah,
Until
30 rounds.
Until I find the shark.
Yep. All right. So you give me the DC 10 strength saving throw.
Yeah, that was 14. Yeah, that was 14.
14.
Right?
Okay, so you are able to get. You are 5 feet below the surface at this point. Then.
I don't know why, but in my head, I just imagine my character stopping and being like, "A strange force has prevented me from going further." And I'm.
I mean, it's just like you are like.
Yeah,
trying to.
I know how it works. It's just a funny thing in my head. Now it's time to rest, dear Pyotr.
All right. It is now Galina's turn. You just watch Pyotr get thrown off the edge. There's tentacles all around.
Fireball. The other
This
side.
seems suboptimal for us. She's gonna go to the edge of the ship.
Wait, sorry. I just realized something. Can I dash to get above the water?
You cannot dash while swimming.
Okay, sorry.
You're good.
She's gonna aim for what is she hopes is center of mass of Kraken, and she's gonna cast Sleep Spell at 3rd level.
What is the maximum number of hit points that you could roll?
At 3rd level, that would be D8, so 8 times. Nine.
72.
That would not be sufficient, even if you rolled maximum to put the Kraken to sleep.
Thank you for telling me that, and never mind then.
Sorry, I figured I would at least let you do something.
I was hoping that they had damaged it enough that it could work.
Nope, not yet.
Kraken is massive.
Okay, then she's gonna do another Scorching Ray.
Okay. You're gonna hit a single
Reassign.
tentacle or 3 different tentacles.
3 different tentacles.
Sounds like a plan.
Picking different dice. That's 10 for the first one.
Okay.
That's an 11 for the second one. My jail is going to be full.
Should have gotten you one of the bigger ones.
Yeah. And that's a 12.
You are remembering to add your intelligence bonus to all those, right?
I was adding my spell attack to that.
Spell attack. Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Spell attack is exactly what you should be adding. Okay.
Yeah, I rolled a 2, a 3, and a 4 in order.
Oh.
With 3 different dice.
All right. Well, as a legendary action, turn to attempt to again grab Artyom.
No, stop. Holy crap.
Let's go. Be another 32 to grab you. It's only gonna be 13 points of bludgeoning damage this time. I need a DC 18 saving throw. Dodge roll that tentacle, bro.
19.
All right, you have not been grappled. It is now your turn with another legendary action on deck.
I'm gonna dive off the edge towards Pyotr.
Okay.
It's a pool party.
And
What do I need to do?
You have armor.
I know what I'm doing.
Wait, guys, we're having another beach
Well-
episode.
to swim, you're gonna need, give you the DC 10 strength athletics check, and then your speed is basically effectively it takes twice as much to move.
How far down in the water is he in?
5 feet.
Okay, so how far down into the water do I go?
Well, since you jumped off, let's see. Looking here, you are gonna need to give me a. So if you jump or dive into the water, you can enter at any point up to the maximum distance you can jump, which is... You can leap. Sorry. It's the first time we've ever had something so intense, and I'm not as familiar with these rules as I would like.
Who spends time in the water?
You cover a number of feet up to your strength score. So you can...
16?
Yeah, so you could go up to 16 feet deep in the
Well, I
water.
don't want to go up to 60 feet, so if I had to choose, I only want to go 5.
Okay, so you go 5.
Alright. Is grabbing... What kind of action is grabbing someone?
That would be a... if he's willing, we'll say it's a bonus action.
Perfect. So with my action, I'm going to cast Water Walk. And Water Walk, interestingly enough, is not a concentration. Let me
is
go
very
ahead and get that pulled back up, because I was looking at it here, knowing we were going to be on a boat. So Water Walk. If you target a creature submerged in a liquid, so me, the spell carries the target to the surface of the liquid at a rate of 60 feet per round. and I'm going to reach out and I am going to grab Pyotr with my bonus action. And since I am being magically forced upwards, I'm going to contend that he's also being magically forced upwards.
I would agree with that argument.
Excellent. Now we have to figure out how to get back up.
Yeah, so Pyotr isn't going to surface entirely. He's not staying on the water. You're staying on the water, kind of like holding, unless you like are like fireman carrying him or like holding him like a baby or something. But if you just grabbed him, you bring his head above the surface, but that's pretty much it.
I'm going to drag him towards the rope ladder that's on the sides of all galleons.
Well, you are definitely out of movement at this point, so.
Well, next time.
All right.
Your character is just treading in place, looking until his next turn.
Okay. It is now the turn of a legendary action with Corvette on deck. He's going to
You're
attack.
not treading water, I'm holding on to you.
A tentacle is now going to attack a Galena.
Not a Galena.
Is a 19 hit you, Galena? Okay. That is going to be... It's going to be 11 points of bludgeoning.
Wait! Up to 10 willing creatures I can see within range gain this ability for duration, so the only person I can see is Ian. I know that, like, technically I need to declare what I needed to do, but I want to say Ian because I haven't played D&D in months.
Okay. I will
Sorry to
forgive
interrupt
you.
Again, Sarah, you just keep getting interrupted.
That's 11 points of bludgeoning damage and a DC 18 strength saving throw or to be grappled, Sarah.
Sorry.
You're forgiven, kind of.
Oh, I didn't interrupt Sarah, I interrupted Patrick? I don't feel bad anymore.
I got a 3.
I'm
This
sorry,
dice also
Sarah.
goes in jail. Now my lid won't fit on the top anymore.
Alright, well, so Galena has been grappled yet again. This is one that has been hit by the light, so it does have some damage to it. Corvette, it's your turn with the beast on deck.
Could she put just like a limb asleep? Like, make it go numb?
That's hilarious. Corbett looks at Galena, looks at his friends in the water, seeing RTM kind of has it solved that they're all both standing on the water now. It's like, all right, they're fine. Looks at Galena. She probably looks a little real hurt now. And he will, with his bonus action, use Healing Light again. He'll just use 3 D6s. Boom. That. 12 points of healing to you, Galena. And then with the rest of my movement and action, I will close to the tentacle that is holding grappling Galena and will a new dice.
Did Jeff bring you some dice?
Yes, he did. He brought me one of his D20s.
Way to go, Jeff, for the win. I will take a few stabs at this tentacle with the hollowed heart.
Okay.
A couple. Can only do 2. So the first one, that's a 3. So that's a 9. So that misses. And the second one is a 15 to hit.
That'll
That
hit.
Cool. So
Well, 14 hit earlier, so I'd imagine 15 would hit.
yes, you're right. It will do 7 points of slashing plus, and then I'm gonna add my 9 from my wing celestial gloriness. So 7 points of slashing damage and 10 points of radiant damage to this.
So 17 total?
Yes, 17 total.
Alright, you hit it. And it lets go of Galena and begins to retreat, and Galena begins to fall.
Dang it. That's both my action and bonus action.
We will hold off
And if I
until...
have any movement left, I'll try and move towards her as she's falling, but that's it.
We will hold off on her falling until her turn, see if she is able to do anything to prevent it. But alright. Okay, there are only 6 tentacles left. It is now the beast's turn. One is going to attack Corvette. It's going to be a 20. Nope. So yeah, just a 20. Not a natural 20, but a 20. That's going to be 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Time to make some calamari.
It's going to be on a DC 18 strength saving throw, or you're grappled.
Dang it! I had a good roll too. 16.
16. All right, you have been grappled. You are now being flung into the ocean.
I can fly. I'm fine. So.
Yeah, you do still take the force of being flown into the ocean, so I need you to roll 2d6 plus 5. That's how many feet below the water you end up.
2d6, 6 plus 5, 11. I'll be 11 feet below the water.
Okay, and then a DC 10 acrobatics check, or you will take 1d6 points of damage.
That's a dirty 9. That's a 19 plus
Okay.
1, 20.
Alright, then you are good. You do not take any damage.
Oh, good.
But you are however many feet you said below the water now at this point.
11.
11 feet. Okay. Its next attack is going to be on the boat itself. And it's going to start squeezing the life out of the boat. Okay, boat takes a certain amount of points damage. And you watch the cracks begin in the hull.
Oh no.
Alright. Pyotr, it is now your turn with Galena on deck.
I'm going to cast. What is it again? I'll get the name of the spell. Thunderous Smite again.
Okay.
Hopefully I hit. How many tentacles are left?
6.
6. 2 on one side, 4 on the other.
That is correct, actually, yeah. Good job.
I'm
impressed.
Why am I rolling the d6 right now? Okay, I'm gonna run to the nearest tentacle
Okay, we'll say it's one of the ones that was hit by the wall of light earlier.
and miss. Don't worry about it. That's a 7. Can I still use my second attack if I miss?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that. I missed even harder, so
How do you miss harder?
Pyotr.
well, that one was a 7. Well, sorry, the first one was a 7. This one was a 4.
Alright. Galena, it's your turn with Tentacle Legendary action on deck.
If I could only succeed at rolling my dice well. Let's see if this new dice will work better.
Remember, you are falling from the air.
Oh,
You are
bonus
about...
action Misty Step to the deck.
Okay. Alright. That works. Perfect.
And then Scorching Ray. 3rd level, so she can throw 4 of them.
Okay.
$27 for the first one.
Yay, Jeff's,
You hit.
Jeff's dice.
Natural 20 for the second one.
Yeah!
26 for the third one.
Yeah! Jeff, you should have just always give her your dice every session.
And 16 for the fourth one. Jeffrey, I may steal this dice permanently.
Alright. You hit all 3. All 4. 4 attacks. And the natural 20, you roll the die, crit, so you roll the dice twice.
I think it was the second time. Okay, first one. 3. But we're gonna roll this one twice. 13.
Alright.
Third one, 10. And the fourth one, 9.
All right. You severely just basically burn one of the tentacles to a stump. Like, everyone else is just, ripped huge chunks of flesh out of it. You burn this tentacle to a stump, and it retreats into the water. And as it does, so do all the other tentacles, as the Kraken has been severely beaten back, losing half of its tentacles at this point. And it begins, the Kraken begins its retreat. As you're going off, the Captain Leodov is shouting at it, "And don't you come back! Stubbs! Curse you, Stubbs!" He walks back into his cabin.
Wait, we can't chase it?
I would like to watch you chase a Kraken at high speed in the water. You're going to just go straight down. You'd like to cast Whirlpool near the boat.
Yes. No. In the path of the Kraken. I guess it's not Whirlpool, it's Control Water, but I have a range of 300 feet.
Okay. That causes the body of water at least 50 feet square. 50 feet square and 25 feet deep. You cause a whirlpool to form in the center of the area. Whirlpool forms a vortex that is 5 feet wide at the base, up to 50 feet wide at the top, and 25 feet tall. Any creature or object in the water and within 25 feet of the vortex is pulled 10 feet toward it. A creature can swim away the vortex, making a strength athletics check against your spell save DC. What is your spell save DC against a Kraken?
I don't know. Probably not very high, but that'll teach it for coming after us. 8 plus my proficiency plus my wisdom.
Yes.
Is 17.
Okay, well that is base for a Kraken strength saving throw, so and then they got a 14 on top of it. So the Kraken just ignores your whirlpool and just keeps going. But it looks cool.
That's how water works.
Sorry, I accidentally unplugged my headset. So did it work or not?
No, it did not work.
Yes, it did. It's spinning
just had to
around.
make sure.
The Kraken is drowning.
Kraken is going away as fast as it can. And
Alright.
you all make your way back to the boat.
I fly back
you
up
off.
fly up the crow's nest again in the last few seconds of having my wings. I check on Pan. Is he okay? Is he alive?
Pan is very okay and alive, but the mast has been bent kind of. Cracked.
Well, this is not good. We'll have to fix it. Well, good thing we didn't die this time.
Oh, good thing. All right, we are actually going to take our break now, since we started a little bit late. And yeah, we're going to take our break. We will be right back. 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere, and we will continue the saga. We will talk to you all in just a little bit. Excuse me. Welcome back, everybody. We are back. So yeah, Kraken has retreated. You're all on the boat. It has sustained some damage. And you watch as crew members are gone back and started repairing it. The damage. What do you all desire to do?
I just start going to work, helping out the crew members, helping try and fix any of the. If there's any leaks, I want to go help fix those, and then the mast I'm not sure how to fix, but do what I can to help around.
Give me anyone who desires to help can give me a intelligence check, and Corbett, since you have actually been around ships your entire life, you can add your proficiency bonus to that.
I would. But on a scale of 1 to 88, I was at a 13, so I'm gonna go rest.
Hey.
Sorry, what was what were we rolling? What skill?
If you want to assist with the help repairing the boat, you can make an intelligence check. And if you
I got a dirty 20.
And if you can explain to me why your background would give you knowledge of boats, you can add your proficiency bonus. But
I got a 13. I don't think Pyotr would know anything about boats. I mean, he's been on a lot of them, but that doesn't really count.
It's true. All right. So, dirty 20 and a 13. Okay.
Yeah.
Assist with the repairs. You're able to speed up the sailors' work just a bit. Continue on your way.
Before Artyom disappears to go rest, Galena would touch his arm and cast Cure Wounds.
How nice.
How nice.
Why, thank you. It was very kind.
6.
You recover 6 hit points.
Now if we get attacked before I manage to get any rest, I'm on 19 out of a scale of 88.
It's better than being at 13. All right.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
Excuse me. So you all begin making your way back to eventually you all make your way back to your cabins and you rest for the evening. Galena, while you were resting, I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Not very good at those.
I'm aware.
11.
11.
That's the request.
All right. You find yourself having dreams. Dreams you are fighting against the Kraken as you were in the day. But at the end of each tentacle, instead of the kind of like arrowhead shape that you find at the end of a squid tentacle, you instead find the face of your mother at the end of every tentacle. As it bashes upon the boat. You excuse me, feel just absolutely dreadful, and you can feel as you are dreaming the flow of mana through your body eating away at you. And you realize that you are probably entering into, the final stage of, what the experiment has done to you. You don't know how long, obviously, that may take. The rats obviously was quicker, but the rats have a much shorter lifespan than an elf. So you may still have a few years left to live, but you get this feeling that this kind of thing is going to be plaguing you more often as you keep going. I need you, due to the failure, you do not get the full benefits of a long rest, so I'll still let you get all your spell slots back, but you can expend, like a short rest, you can expend hit dice to recover hit points, instead of recovering all your hit points. So you can tell me how many hit dice you want to spend. You have a hit dice equivalent to your level. You roll those, and that's how many hit points you get back.
Actually, she'll just stay where she was at. Because between her arcane ward and Corvette healing her, she's still at 63 out of 65.
Wow, I thought I beat the crap out of you.
You suck.
Yeah, dang. All right.
Well, yeah, no, you were
Yeah,
fine.
dang, you were fine. Yeah.
You have 63 out of 60 what?
5.
65.
How much was your arcane ward?
22.
Okay, that's where most
Wow.
of the that's where most of the damage went, was into your arcane ward. Okay, because I was like, I knew I hit you for 20 something at one point. That makes sense. All right.
She did not get struck by lightning. That's what happened.
There's that
Like,
too.
I got struck by lightning, got hit, got thrown, and that took me down to 23 in one round. I was like,
It's fair.
heal.
All right. You all awaken the next morning, and the rest of your trip is uneventful. Is there anything specifically that anyone wants to do while they're on the ocean, or are you good to get off and be back on land?
Land is fine.
Yeah.
No krakens on land.
No ghost ships either.
That too. Or mimic ships.
I don't know what that is.
Excuse me.
Artyom's clearly never heard of the land kraken.
Land? What?
Just kidding. kidding.
I've heard of a sand kraken.
Don't you dare, Galena. Don't you.
Don't give them ideas.
I already have lots of ideas. So
I've
you all...
heard of the Sarlacc, but that's not exactly a kraken.
I'd say a Sarlacc's pretty close equivalent to a land kraken.
Pretty close.
Alright, so you all get off and make your, and Svarium. And you begin making your journey. So you get off, and Captain Leodov walks, up to you as you're leaving. Well, it's been a mighty good run. Well, I have a feeling we won't be seeing each other again. The rest of your journey, I don't think, will take you to the seas.
Well,
Where are you going?
Well, me and the Dark Priestess have a agreement. I'm free to sail the seven seas as I wish. And I just have to do what she asks every once in a while. And I've done what she asks, so I think I'm due for some free sailing. Please make sure the world doesn't get blown up. Or eaten.
we will endeavor to please, and we could always use a pickup in Silvari when we're done. That is on the coast, I believe.
Yes, but it's several months' journey to Silvari. We'll have to go all the way around. I mean, we'll see what the Dark Priestess has in mind.
I mean, our team had a great idea, right? Airship.
My Seahawk is a Seahawk, not just a regular hawk. She belongs in the sea. It's the sea that calls to me, not the wind. The sea. Man wasn't meant to fly. If man was meant to fly, the gods would have given him wings.
We have wings.
You... Shush.
Two of us.
I stand by my point. You may be able to fly, but just because you can do it doesn't mean you should.
You know how you wouldn't have gotten grabbed by a kraken? If you could fly.
And then we gotta face like dragons.
Well, pick.
I pick Kraken.
Fair.
In that case, nothing else you need from me and my crew. We'll be off.
Actually, you happen to have a spare change of clothes that is less conspicuous than what I usually wear.
Oh, for sure. I'll give you some of my regulars and some of my crew members' clothes. Because I like to dress particularly nice, but I'm also more of a shady character than you, so I could get away with it in Edelheim. But so he goes and he fetches you some just regular sailor's clothes.
All right, I'll put them in my pack. Don't need
Alright.
to change it to them just yet.
Okay. He bids you one last farewell and gets on the Seahawk, and you watch as it turns and sets sail into the sunset. Will you ever see it again? Only time will tell.
Ever.
Will we ever see it again in one of my campaigns? Most likely. Who knows? Maybe Captain Leodov will still be captaining it. Find a way to captain it for eternity.
We should
That
never trust
involves
a man
death.
named Leo.
Yeah.
Never trust a man named Leo. Alright. So you are in the town of Svarim. Svarim is a bigger town, but its big prominence, the fact that it's put on the map, is the fact that it's kind of the gateway, the port to Edelheim. That's pretty much the only reason it's on the map. Otherwise, it's kind of just a backwater, not really overly great town. You could probably find some basic supplies here, which you will definitely need to find. Some basic supplies to be able to journey to Edelheim and then beyond. And, yeah.
Alright. Well, let's go get some food and provisions. We have some stuff from before in the bag of holding, so.
None of it is probably good at this point.
Well, food, yes. Let's get some fresh food.
Why not? Why would it not be like travel rations and stuff that last forever? Why would you have bought fresh stuff?
Yes,
Yeah,
Does it taste better?
what about
Obviously.
lamas bread?
Lembas bread?
However you pronounce it.
It's definitely not llama bread.
I said lamas bread.
Not
So
lava bread either.
it would cost you about 4 of you, 12 times 3, 12 times 3, 30, so 36 silver pieces to meals to cover you from here to Edelheim.
And then I want to add in a little bit more of just extra travel rations something that'll stay for a while.
Yep.
Because we don't know what's there, and then in case of emergency, want food.
Wait, how many charges does the bag of pastries have, or whatever
It
it's
has
called?
8 total, and then it -1 every time we use it, and then it regains some charges every morning, but it's like a
You roll.
1 charge plus a d6 or a d4.
Use it up. You'll break it.
Oh, 7 max charges. And then, yeah, you regain 1d6 plus 1 charge at dawn. So, I mean, since we are on the ship, we definitely have a full 7 charges, but
Yeah.
It's not a replacement.
Yeah, it's not a meal replacement, it's just a temporary thing.
pastries. Like, one of... You could use it for a light meal, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's the reason why mages have not been able to cure world hunger.
I could live off of pastries for quite a while.
You underestimate.
Yeah. So anything else that you all want to do in Svarim before you make your way to Edelheim?
If there's nothing to do in Svarim, no.
No. Mostly you're just here to stop and prepare for your journey to Edelheim, so.
No bad guys, no profane guard to hunt down. Nothing to do to stop the sacrifice by staying here.
Not to your knowledge.
Pyotr. Never mind.
No, I want to hear what you're going to say.
Yeah. So Pyotr did want to talk with Galina, whose name I forgot temporarily, but then I remembered it clearly as I've demonstrated.
All right.
Hey Galina. Hey, I just wanted you to know, I know you're kind of worried about like your impending mortality and all. And I don't know. I just wanted you to know that I'm here if you need to talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So-
I've gotten kind of used to the idea that you're always there. Actually, it's been rather nice lately that you're not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, more like in a metaphoric, like an emotional sense, or like I don't know. Yeah. If you need anything, let me know.
Okay. I will keep that in mind. Thank you.
Oh, okay. And then Pyotr walks away.
Okay. So unless Galena or Corbin or Maritime, you have something specific you want to do, I'm gonna keep you guys moving. So you make your way forward, out of Svarim, and you begin heading southeast to Edelheim. It's a very well-traveled, well-protected road between the two places. There's lots of travelers on it, so nothing really crazy is gonna happen. No bandits, no monsters, lots of guardsmen making sure that nothing is gonna happen. A few days, so after, about 2.5 days of travel, Edelheim comes into view. You see the some giant stone walls in front of you, and the gates are wide open, and you just see people just going in, coming out. It's very, very busy city. You go in, and so you're arriving probably around, we'll say, noonish, a little bit afterwards. You go up and you approach the guards. Now, Artyom, last time you were here, the guards of this town were very gruff, very, almost rude. But you approach, and one of the guards looks at you and says, "Welcome to Edelheim, city of the broken spirits. How can I help you? What brings you to Edelheim today?"
Not you.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Are you okay?
I'm perfectly fine. I've never been better.
You get a raise?
No, I did not get a raise. In fact, I had my pay cut because I broke a shield the other day. It docked my pay a bit for that, but it's, everything's been good. I mean, again, what is your business here in Edelheim? I have to request before I let you enter the city.
Partying.
Partying? What kind of partying?
We're on vacation.
We're on a party.
I am dressed in my sailor's outfit now.
Surely.
And I come, and I'm like, yes, I am here to, as he said, vacationing. I had some PTO built up and just needed to spend much too
PTO is
long
a concept,
on the seas.
Shore leave was.
Much too long on the seas, and just needed a little decompression, and obviously heard this is the place to do it.
Well, more than happy. More than happy. Of course, there's lots of things to enjoy here. I just would recommend avoiding the worldly pleasures.
Okay. And
Avoiding the worldly pleasures.
avoiding?
No.
Like,
I mean,
like
make
food.
it big.
Where you make most of your tax
Rich.
money?
No, I mean, a lot of them have shut down recently, actually. Gambling dens, brothels, other things. Those have all been shutting down.
Like how recently?
Oh, within the past few weeks. We've found
Why?
We've just found other ways to enjoy our lives.
Very nice.
I mean,
guess.
not bad, but why?
We have
Who told you to?
no one. We just all don't have the desire to anymore.
Why?
I don't know. Perhaps the patriarch's preaching finally reached our ears.
Who's the patriarch?
Excellent question. Let me pull up his name.
We don't have a patriarch.
In Edelheim?
Caught him in a lie.
That's not how this works.
There are patriarchs and matriarchs. All right, the patriarch is Roland Borisov. Enjoy your stay in
Well-
Edelheim.
Thank you. I mean, I will enjoy some new plans here in that case.
You walk-
Where's a good inn that we might stay at?
I would,
Reputable.
reputable inn. I would recommend the Prancing Pony. Just found if you just go head down to the main street, you will see it. Large sign of the Prancing Pony outside.
There's a strange man in dark clothing sitting in the corner watching short people.
No, there's not.
Gandalf. Yeah. Pointy hat.
So you all begin making your way into the city. I now need everyone to give me perception checks. I almost said notice rolls. Perception checks.
I always perceive.
Well, that's not great.
Not with that one.
I don't notice much. 8.
15.
Also 8.
14.
14. So Galena, you're the only one who notices. It's about noon, which means they're a little bit afternoon, which means the sun's high in the sky. And looking around, you see shadows. A lot of shadows. From buildings, from lampposts, from, other things. But the thing that you realize something is kind of out of place, and you realize it's out of place when you watch a woman walking past. She's smiling as brightly as the guard was, and she's holding a basket in front of her, and she's walking past, and the only shadow you see from her is the basket.
Oh.
You looking around, you begin to notice there are a lot of people without shadows.
We're in a simulation.
The graphics aren't rendering.
But there are a lot of people without shadows, and it's kind of obvious. You begin to put the people without shadows are all acting kind of like the guard. They seem happy. They seem, they're like super polite. Like you watch two people like collide into each other, and then they just get up and they just apologize to each other, and just be on their way. And there's a lot of shadows missing.
But does everybody missing a shadow?
Not everyone
I mean,
is
obviously
missing a
not
shadow.
me, but-
Yeah, not everyone is missing a shadow, but there are a lot of people missing shadows.
Patrick, you've read Stormlight, yes or no?
No, I have not. You tell me my idea was used by someone else, I will not be surprised because
No, not like this. It's just the feel, the atmosphere you've built. It reminds me of a city, and like that. That's it though. It's just like, oh, I'm playing this.
Gotcha.
Oh, it's weird.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, yeah, that's what you noticed, Galina, and no one else notices. You're all just kind of walking through. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary besides people are like really nice.
Gonna walk over closer to Corvette. Hey, Corvette.
Yeah. What's up?
You see that really super happy woman over there? I mean, even though
Oh,
she
yeah.
just stubbed her toe, she's like still super happy.
Yeah.
The ground around her. Notice anything missing?
Missing? What do you mean?
The ground's right there.
Something's weird. Yeah. I don't know.
I
like-
have a shadow. I know, I just checked.
Oh.
You have a
Yeah.
shadow.
Oh
That
my-
grumpy guy over there in the corner has a shadow. She doesn't. And neither does that super happy guy over there behind us.
You're right. Well, they did say this is the sacrifice of shadows, so I guess they're collecting them or something.
Or some kind of monster is eating them?
Or something like that. That's terrifying.
On the other hand, though, they seem really happy. Unlike the people in the sacrifice of flesh that, like, they seemed very unhappy.
Yes, but we
Wonder
don't quite
why.
know the consequences of this just yet. Maybe they're happy now and then boom, they all die because they don't have their shadows. I don't know, but we still should we still need to stop this because there's a bigger threat, you know. But I wanna talk to RTM because he said this is where he came from, essentially from his party. See what happened, you know. Maybe he already knows what's going on.
He sure was giving that guard a hard time.
Yeah, I mean it's just a nice guard, but I guess if everyone without shadows is acting happy, maybe something's weird. I mean, something is weird and going on. Huh. I pull the rest of them aside. Say, Artyom, did you when you were here last, what happened? What did you find out about the sacrifice?
Not much. We went down to where we thought it was, and we were ambushed. It's one of the reasons why they got the upper hand on us, but, not everybody was. Nobody was acting all weird like this. Unless they'd eaten some funny stuff, touched some blue moss, that grows on the north side of the trees or whatever. But, yeah, no, I don't know what's happening. That guard wasn't very nice last time I was here. He's kind of a jerk.
Hmm.
Did you have a shadow last time you were here?
What do you mean? Everybody has a shadow.
That woman over there doesn't.
And that guy doesn't either. They're the happy people.
Why don't they have shadows?
That's
Is
why
the
we asked.
sacrifice of shadows literally they're stealing shadows?
I mean, it looks like it. Something's
How do
happening.
you steal a shadow?
How do you steal a soul?
I don't know.
No. Where
Well,
where did you and the other chosen go when you were here last time? Was Arkady with you when you were here?
Otto.
No, Arkady was not. It was shortly before the wedding, and so it hasn't been that long. It's only been like at this point, like maybe 2 weeks since the wedding. So
Right.
he was busy honeymooning.
He left us all to die.
No, he's married to my sister
Yep, he left us all to die.
for love.
Die.
That makes
For
it
love.
okay.
Yeah, that is the moral calculus.
I propose
yeah.
that we go to the place that it was last taking place and see if we can't figure out what's happening.
Yeah. See what's going on and see if we can't find news of your companions. Because I mean, you and
They,
Chosen are tough to take down,
yeah,
hopefully.
I'm hoping they still have their shadows and their lives.
Okay. Where was it that lead the way?
So you're gonna make your way through town. Originally you had discovered that you had discovered. Give me 1 second while I pull up the notes on this. the Alostov family had been hosting them in the in one of their illegal gambling dens. You make your way there, and instead of the gambling den that had existed previously, there is instead just a building that has been burnt to ash.
Not here anymore.
Okay. Well, take a look around. I want to see if there's any kind of clues, if there's any bones, bodies, anything, any clues that the Chosen were here, they survived.
Give me an investigation check.
Oh boy. I'm looking, trying to find something helpful, pretending like I know something, and I roll a 7.
Maybe be more helpful next time.
So you're just kind of digging around in the wreckage, and you're not really seeing anything. As you're digging through, you hear a gruff voice. What you digging through the wreckages of the den for?
Just, I look up to see who was talking, and
You just see an older man. Yeah, not necessarily super old, but probably mid 40s to early 50s at most. He's got streaks of gray in his hair, kind of a scruffy beard. He's sitting there. He has a shadow. He's just looking at you.
I was gonna ask, does he have a shadow?
Yeah, he has a shadow. You know, one of them fanatical, happy freaks, right?
No. Kind of grateful I'm not for once. But no, you see, we had some companions, some friends that told us about this place, and thought they were here before, but
I mean, they might have been, but about a week ago, a bunch of those crazy fanatical people, super smiley, happy all the time, came and burned the place to the ground. They called it a den of sin and iniquity. Which, to be fair, it was. But that ain't never been a problem in Edelheim before. And then people began preaching in the streets about this new path, the path without shadow. And people began converting, and it's just been spreading like a plague almost.
those words are appropriate. Um, do you always hang out around here, or is he at like a house across the street?
I live nearby. I was just walking through on my way to the market. But
Have you ever seen and I try and isn't one like a gnome who's small and muscular, and like a tiefling cleric or something like that? Have you ever seen
an
a
elven
couple,
wizard?
two people like that?
I mean, this region has the highest population of non-humans in the entire region. You know, due to the fact that our boyar is an elf. It's people, lots of people, fortunately, asking if I've seen a tiefling or a gnome or an elf. You have an elf right there.
You would have recognized them. They have very imposing presences, especially the gnome. The gnome would have wanted to pretty much bite your toes off if you looked at him funny.
You look familiar. You was here a few weeks ago, weren't you? Asking questions.
I ask a lot of questions.
What was you asking about people in purple robes and silver masks?
Yeah?
Was it those folks that was with you? That's who you're looking for?
Yep.
Well, no. I saw them around town a few times, poking around, but you was always with them. Now, ain't seen them in a few weeks.
What about people in purple robes and silver masks?
Ain't seen any of those. Only people with silver
Where-
masks I've been seeing are those who've been preaching the path of no shadow.
Where
Well-
do they meet? Like, where's their, like, where do they have their services?
Well, they've been upright accepted by the patriarch himself. So they meet in almost every chapel around town. You can find them anywhere.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
we find the big one.
I'm just curious what the how they get new people into their ranks. You know, what do they go through to lose their shadow? Do you know?
Lose their shadow. Can't say I noticed anyone without shadows, but
Well,
I just thought that was a
happy feet.
thought that was a metaphor, simile, whatever he calls it.
It's a meta 5.
I point at it. Is there a happy person nearby?
At this point, it's just the 5 of you on the street.
All right. Well, look at the happy people next time you see one. They
I mean,
not have a shadow.
I'll definitely keep an eye on that. That ain't natural.
No.
I mean, if you is interested in learning more about this path of no shadows, I would recommend asking one of their preachers with silver masks.
Preachers with silver masks. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, they're missionaries that are out on the street. I'm surprised you haven't heard them yet. They're just shouting all day about joining the path of no shadow and
No purple robes.
no purple robes. They wear regular brown priest robes. They got silver masks on.
Have they been active recently?
Oh yeah, you can find one on almost every corner. That's, every town square, every corner. Yelling and praising all day the path of no shadow. It's really weird. They ain't exactly praising Silhana. They ain't cursing her name either. All I know is I had a brother. He was the meanest son of a gun, son of a sword that you ever knew. Guns don't exist. Meanest son of a sword you ever knew. And he, would, spend his every waking minute he could either gambling or cheating on his wife. A few weeks ago, he talked to one of those preachers. He's now a model husband. Got himself a real job. He's taking care of his wife and his kids. It's just 180 degree change. And it's that way. That's a common story amongst a lot of these folks who start in the path of no shadows. They have, dark desires and lusts and things like that, and now they upstanding citizens. Not me.
Thought you were gonna say upstanding synthesizers for a second. Like, fitting. So they just change. Like, how long does this process take?
Overnight. They go to one sermon, do some of the stuff, and I don't know. Brother tried telling me about it, but I ain't particularly interested. So, but they go.
So
They're pretty much changed overnight.
there's a whole bunch of people who change pretty much their entire personalities overnight, and you're not even interested enough to listen to your brother talk about it?
I like my life. I like my drinking. I like my gambling. And I like my other unsavory habits I might have, stuff that Silhana don't necessarily condone. I like my life. I ain't gonna change that for nothing. I don't got no reason to.
You don't have to change it to have curiosity. Anyway, sorry. I'll stop badgering you.
I ain't never been much of a church person. Now, I'm gonna say prayer every once in a while. figure if, Silhana's gonna hold some stuff against me, she's gonna hold some stuff against me. Doesn't matter either way. But
Does your brother live?
no, he lives on the other side of town. He's just, I'll give you an address if you'd like.
Yes. We're gonna go talk to him.
He gives you an address.
What is your name, good sir? So we can tell your brother that we actually came from his brother.
Name's Vlad. Vlad Nemirovsky.
Gesundheit. Vlad it is. Vlad the gambler. Cool. That's a brother. Thank you very much. You've been very informative.
Certainly.
Beats me looking around this rubble behind us.
You weren't gonna find much there. It was burned to the ground. Luckily, they found more peaceful methods of dealing with it after that. They don't really burn stuff anymore. Mostly get them converted to soup kitchens. Got so many soup kitchens now in this city. Didn't used to have a single soup kitchen. Now we got like 30. What city needs 30 soup kitchens?
I don't know. Are they busy?
Well, I mean, not when there's 30 of them.
Well, good luck with reforming them back.
Yeah, I mean, my opinion is let people live how they want to live. That's why I don't, want my brother bothering me. He just didn't seem to let well enough alone. Now, I've talked your ears off. I'm gonna go see if I can find somewhere that still sells alcohol around here.
Good luck. Well, this is just a weird city.
Yeah.
Probably could get by with my regular clothes and be fine.
Weirdly enough, it was less weird a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Am I the only one weirded out by the fact that he just did not care? I mean, I guess he has a modicum of curiosity. I would just be like, oh, wow, someone I know joined this cult thing. Tell me about it.
Yep. It's odd to me that he didn't even ask. Maybe he's getting, I don't know, maybe they're taking shadows from bad people and putting them into good people and making good people bad and bad people weird.
I don't know. I'm suspicious. However, I don't have anything articulable.
I feel like we need to go talk to the brother and then
Yeah.
probably just make our way to the Patriarch's Chapel.
Or,
Chances are he doesn't have a shadow either.
and especially with allowing all of this going on, I don't imagine he would. If he's really supporting it all, I think he's been
I mean, it is
affected by it.
possible. It is possible that he is supporting it because it is more in line with the things that Sohana teaches. But to the point of letting these weird cults take over the churches, what makes me. The other thing is, the whole agency bit where we're allowed to do what we want to do. Kind of an important part as well. So, letting
Maybe.
people take over the church to preach other things is not something that your average patriarch would do. You don't really become a patriarch by just kind of letting people stomp all over your church.
So, should we go visit him and see if he has a shadow?
We should start with the brother. Figure out what happened to him.
What if you listen to him for too long and you lose your shadow? Or do you only have to listen to the people with masks to lose your shadow?
I'm pretty certain that
It's probably
talking
a little.
to your average dude isn't gonna have any impact. He'd have to probably do the magical ritual. And besides, we're protected by saints. They can't take our shadow.
I
Yeah,
think
that-
a quick thought to Bronislav. Can they take my shadow if you're here with me?
No response.
Ah,
So you feel secure in all your vices.
Secure? No. I try to be a little better every day. But I don't think they're gonna take my shadow. Largely because I won't let them. I feel like you have to be kind of willing, or at least incapacitated. And if I'm gonna get incapacitated, I'm gonna make sure that my incapacitation is through death, so they can't take my shadow.
So they can have your shadow when they pry it from your cold, dead hands.
Yes.
There we go.
all right.
All right. Well, we're going to call it there. Went a little bit longer because, we started a little bit later because of technical issues. But yeah, we're going to call it there for the night. Thanks, everyone, for coming out. It's a lot of fun. Glad to have Adam back. Keep an eye on the channel for what we are going to be doing in 2 weeks. Ian will be out of town. We're going to see if we're gonna play or not. We may or may not. We might just end up doing a one-shot instead. That's most likely what we're gonna do, is probably do a one-shot. So we haven't done one of those in quite a long time, actually. I think since November. So we'll probably do excuse me, a one-shot instead. But again, thanks everyone for coming out. We will be back in 2 weeks with something for your entertainment. Again, this has been us here at Homebrew Hall. Have a great night.
See ya.